It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. Great game in store for y'all.
And it's coming up next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams in this one going in the right direction. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, both these squads come in off winning streaks. Something's going to have to give, but you love having that momentum coming into a game like this.
And absolutely right, Mike. And on top of it, if you're the home team today playing in front of your home crowd, not only are you coming off this win streak and bringing this momentum into another home game, but you get the energy, you get the excitement of your crowd who's also riding this wave of winning football.
All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
Not just a first down, but reception number 70 on the season. Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Third down, 3 to go. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And his guys are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
They'll run here with the rookie. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. They'll look to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
The home team's offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
It's a great example of just the range that this linebacker has to be able to not only react quick enough to realize that running back was a threat to the flat, but to be able to have the speed to get there and bring him down for no gain.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. This is intercepted.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
The visitors' offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing right, it's taken in, and that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. His throw left side is complete, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the air one more time. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 9. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal. Walker brought in motion. They'll go with him again. And this time he will work his way into the end zone for the touchdown. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That one knocked away and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle. Just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend.
And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play. And that's exactly what they did. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
He fumbled the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. We're about ready now for the punt. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Open man, left side. He's got it. Call it a gain of 13. That's enough for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. One quarter in the books. It's a close game early on. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And that ball incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the visitors go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He gets free. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way back. 93 yards for the touchdown. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. This returnable from the 4. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Now give on the ground. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup there of 13, and that will be a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Here's 1st and 10. To the right side here, pass is caught. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw again. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line. He'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Moving the tight end right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Got a man here, complete. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. He'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
So they're trying to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. That's the best way to slow down any good pass rush, but the accuracy and the run after catch is a critical part of the play. So when this ball is not thrown out in front, what they call the front shoulder pad throw, it makes it really hard for this slant route to get completed, and the ball's thrown so far behind him. And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Handoff here, up the middle, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. It is 3rd and 10. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3 and out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to pick up just enough on 3rd down to convert, and now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs. The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now this time, the blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense. Here's their punter now, as he's standing right around his own goal line. He's to the 45. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They get 21 on that one. That's enough for a 1st down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. A toss left side, caught by his running back.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable at pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them.
Oh, he pumps up the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession. He's going to take a shot down the field. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal. That is caught to the goal line and in. Has a touchdown. The kicking team on for the extra point. He's got it. And the visitors go up by 7. It is now 17-10. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. This team's offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. That's to the right side and incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he will score. Touchdown. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. He's got it. And his guys will come back to tie things at 17. So a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime in what was a very compelling first half of play. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here comes 3rd and 6. He's got the first down and more than that. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Quick throw, taken in, and he takes it down to the 15-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone for the score.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the 2nd half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this 2nd half started.
The kick is good. Makes the score. Visitors 24. Our home team 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So now this team's offense ready to get back at it. Greg, sitting up here with you, this is not the same energy we saw from this team at the start of the game. How much has the defense kind of sapped it out of them?
Oh, I think it's a big factor in this game. And when you start taking the ball away at the rate that they have today, it takes a lot of the confidence out of the offense. And I think that's the body language that you're referring to. There is a lot of doubt creeping in to this offense. And it's almost becoming to the point where You don't want to be the guy with the ball because you're afraid you're going to give it up. And when it gets to that, man, as an offense, you're in trouble.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this sequence, not one to build on. He's going to lose yardage on the 3rd down, and quickly it brings up 4th down. And now the punting unit will come on, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Now a loose football. It is picked up by the defense. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. Oh, there's nothing better than when the defense scores a touchdown, except when a big man on the defense finds his way to the end zone.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since that guy had a ball in his hand, Mike, probably since his earlier days as a young kid. But, boy, he looked comfortable. What a return. What a play for him to be able to pick up that loose ball and bring it all the way back. Man, nothing brings life to a sideline like a defensive lineman touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. His 11th grab of the game. And a 1st down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Back to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. There's that man again, another catch. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
They'll look to throw yet again. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Good blocking, and he's in for the touchdown. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
31, our home team, 24.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A hit, and he has lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Give him 14 on that one. And that will be a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From out of the gun, he'll throw. His throw left side is complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's a toss, right side. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Now behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. His drive will start on the ground, and good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Throwing now on 1st and 10.
The pass on first down. Complete to number 88. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 46-yard line.
2nd and a yard. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. 2nd down and 8. Now a give up the middle, and good hard running will get him down close to a first down. Might be a yard short. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll work his way down to the 32-yard line, and that is enough for a first down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll get this out wide, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
First down at Salt Lake City.
Now, faking the give. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's a run going left.
Number 5, ball carrier.
Good drive to this point. Now can he convert on 3rd and 3? He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Has a touchdown. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the visitors will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Up the middle they go. Past midfield to the 45. And he's going to be taken down.
2-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. On second down, he'll fake the handoff and hold on to it. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Here's first down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. But they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. That one good for 15 and a first down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's close to a first down. To gain a 9, nice pitch and catch on first down. Quick throw here is complete. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
He's got a first down inside the 45. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for our visitors. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.